If you think getting lean means being constantly hungry, dragging yourself through workouts you dread, and living in this weird permanent state of discomfort, yeah, I used to think so too. But the truth is that the thing that actually changes your body isn't some special workout, it's not some magic calorie target, and it's definitely not some expensive supplement. It's tiny micro habits, little things you repeat without even noticing, until suddenly you're seeing insane progress. So in this video, I'm breaking down the exact 12 micro habits that make getting and staying lean effortless. Pay attention to these because a few of them I literally used to make fun of, but now I swear by them. Habit number 1, create daily non-negotiables. Daily non-negotiables are honestly the backbone of getting and staying in shape. Mine are simple: 10K steps, 100 grams of protein, and morning training. But the secret isn't the habit itself, it's actually the build-up. Don't focus on the whole workout. Don't think about the whole step goal. Just put on your clothes, put on your shoes, and get yourself out the door. Treat getting out the door like a meeting that you would never miss. I also split up my steps for both before and after training because I know that if I save them all for after, I will absolutely find an excuse not to do them. And if I don't train in the morning, I just won't train. Habit number 2, create a low barrier to success. I stopped telling myself that I had to do 20 to 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, and I told myself to only do 10. That's it. Most of the time, once I hit 10, I'm like, this isn't so bad, I think I can keep going. So then I end up pushing myself to hit 20 or even 30 minutes. And by giving myself that exit, it makes the habit actually feel painless. And I actually use this rule everywhere. Like, for example, once I'm at the gym, the workout basically does itself because I'm already there. So obviously I'm gonna work out. And I also give myself options that technically let me be lazy. For example, when I'm going home from the gym, I will tell myself I can either take the bus, walk, or take a bike. But because I've promised myself that I won't underachieve, 99% of the time I end up walking. Since you're setting this low barrier to success, you basically trick your brain into overachieving. Habit number 3, keep ingredients in the house. It's super boring, but honestly, ingredient moms are totally onto something. When my apartment is full of ingredients and not snacks, I naturally eat better without trying. Partially because I would rather eat chips than meal prep broccoli. I prep super simple whole foods that I actually enjoy eating, like hard-boiled eggs, grilled chicken, overnight oats, etc. If I have leftovers in the fridge, I will feel guilty if I don't eat them, so it's better for me if I just don't have them in the fridge. So I stock my kitchen with things that don't tempt me into snacking when I'm not hungry and that I will actually feel good about eating. Habit number 4, turn snacks into meals. I usually eat 4 to 5 mini meals every single day because I like eating often and also it keeps my blood sugar steady. So when I want a snack, I ask myself, am I hungry for one of these mini meals? If yes, I'll eat the meal. If not, I will wait until I am hungry enough. That way I'm not inhaling a whole bag of popcorn, feeling full for 3 minutes, and then feeling starving again. Every meal I make has protein, fats, carbs, and volume to keep me satisfied and full for way longer than any of these snacky foods. Habit number 5, the 5-minute delay. A lot of snacking is just boredom in disguise, so I try to delay it by 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes I'm still hungry, then I'll eat. But 80% of the time that I'm not actually hungry, the urge is totally gone when I start focusing on something else. If you know that your snacking is boredom triggered, try to replace the trigger. Go for a tiny walk, fold laundry, leave the kitchen. If you work from home, stop working near the kitchen. When I'm working in the kitchen, I will be getting up and going to look in the fridge literally every 5 minutes. Your willpower is not the problem, your environment is. So go work from a cafe, go to a co-working space. Honestly, just close the door to the kitchen and it's so much easier to not even think about taking snack breaks. Habit number 6, eat a strategic breakfast. Breakfast timing matters. A small pre-workout snack and then a real breakfast after training keeps me fueled and keeps me from crashing at 10 a.m. If you train fasted, you'll usually end up crashing after eating, and if you eat a huge breakfast at 6 a.m., you'll usually be starving again by 9. But if you do something like a 200-calorie pre-workout snack at 6 a.m., a 300-calorie post-workout meal at 9 a.m., you'll be satisfied until lunchtime and you'll still have room for a latte. Habit number 7, eat before going out. This includes grocery shopping, events, nights out, literally anything. I can't show up expecting them to serve a meal and drinks that's gonna help me reach my goals. So if I show up hungry, then I'm gonna end up eating a lot of junk food that I didn't even want in the first place. Unless I'm committing to a total night off, I always eat a small but satisfying meal before I go out. It lets me hit my macros, but I still get to enjoy myself. And also it reminds me that the focus does not always have to be on the food. I don't always need food or drinks to have a good time. It's It's harder, but I can do it if I really try. Habit number 8, portion, don't graze. I used to be, and still am sometimes, the queen of grazing. I start cooking and I eat half the meal before the meal even hits the plate. And also, every single time that I walk in the door, I always end up straight at the fridge. But now I try to portion things on purpose. So if I'm cooking and I know I'm gonna be snacking, I'll put some on the side and I will eat out of that bowl while I'm cooking instead of just eating off the pan. Or better yet, I wait until the food is done to actually eat it. And when I get home, I try not to automatically open the fridge. Before eating, I check if I'm actually hungry or just bored and tired. And if I'm bored and tired, I try to occupy myself with a different activity than eating, because honestly, I always just feel worse after stress eating. Habit number 9, brush teeth after dinner. This one is for my lazy girls. I am a huge nighttime snacker and I love my sweet treats, so I brush my teeth right after dinner. I'll have a small sweet treat if I want one, like some dark chocolate or a Greek yogurt bar, and then I brush my teeth. And I'm way too lazy to rebrush unless I'm actually hungry. I want to also clear something up. Eating at night versus any other time throughout the day will not have any difference. Calories do not mean something different at night than they do during the day, and I'm sick of seeing this everywhere. The only thing that at the end of the day will make you lose fat is being in a calorie deficit. That means that you're eating less calories than you burn. But if you're someone who needs to feel physically full, this next habit is for you. Habit 10, volume eating. I am someone who needs to feel full after eating. Like, I need to be totally satisfied and borderline stuffed. To lose fat, I eat high volume, low calorie foods. To build muscle, I'll flip them. So I'll eat high calorie, low volume foods. A high volume plate keeps me satisfied for way longer. 2 eggs and avocado toast versus this egg white scramble with turkey bacon. The egg white scramble has way less calories, way more protein, and way more volume. Obviously, everything in moderation. I still eat a lot of avocado when I'm on a fat loss journey, but it's just good to know how you can be supplementing to make yourself more satisfied. And if I ever do want a snack, I always choose something like popcorn with olive oil over something like potato chips, simply because popcorn is way better for you and it has way more volume. Habit number 11, learn your macros and labels. No need to obsessively track, but it's good to know what to look for. When you're shopping, you want to gravitate towards foods that actually fit your goals. For example, lean protein sources that are mostly protein, because this keeps calories lower without eating less food. And once you find a food that you like that also fits your macros, buy it again and again. Don't make this hard. Keep your go-to meals on autopilot and don't reinvent the wheel every single week. When I eat out, I always look for grilled lean meats like chicken or fish, and I pay attention to fried items with added oils or dressings, because that's where calories can add up fast, and honestly I find that they don't really add a whole lot to my meal. And with coffee, I usually go for skim milk and no sweetener. Full sugar lattes are a special treat and not a daily habit. But this does not mean that you always need to be going for black coffee. Like, I literally get a latte or a cappuccino every single time. I just choose to use skim milk over something like whole milk. You don't need to be perfect, just macro aware. The more you know, the easier it gets. Habit number 12, treat balance like a pendulum. People think that balance means 50-50, but that's not necessarily true. When you stay on track most of the time and then go super off track very rarely, then the pendulum swings and goes closer to the healthy side. But when you're more frequently on the unhealthy side and you sometimes go to the healthy side, then the pendulum is going to end up on the unhealthy side. You don't need to be perfect. I most definitely am not perfect. You just need the pendulum swinging towards the life that you want most often. If you're going into your fat loss journey with an all or nothing mindset, the results will usually be short-lived. Pushing through discomfort might work temporarily, but it's not a sustainable lifestyle. You don't need to eat a magic breakfast. You don't need to do a magic workout. You literally just have to make tiny shifts to your habits. Your life and your physique can completely change. I hope this video helped you see that getting in shape isn't about building a whole new routine. It's more like shifting into the version of yourself that already has the body that you want. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.